Hey guys, it's YodaJoe93. I hope you guys are having a great day. And today we're going to rank all DC Extended Universe, ranked from the worst to the best, all in 15 movies. Coming in at number 15, we have Justice League. Justice League is made, otherwise known as Justice League, is made by Joss Whedon and was abandoned by Zack Snyder when his daughter unfortunately tragically committed suicide, which was horrible. And that was where that was at. So that was a really horrible situation. But now we have this movie is a mess. You know, like PG-13 graphics. The actors were treated horribly by Joss Whedon, and it just didn't turn out very good. It was a horrible mess. Really, it just everything about this. All the action scenes were messy. The plot of everything was bad. It just none of it really worked. It was just a terrible situation. And unfortunately, this movie has horrible CGI, horrible villains, an interesting setup for end credit scenes, but nothing mind-blowing in itself, which is unfortunate. Coming at number 14, we have Wonder Woman 1984. This movie could have been so much better. I loved the first Wonder Woman. I wanted a good sequel. I was so excited to see Wonder Woman finally go up against Cheetah. But this movie disappointed me so much. The whole storyline, the Wishing Stone, was stupid. Everything they did just did not work. The idea to bring back Steve Trevor after his death was a stupid Patty Jenkins move, and she was going to do it again for Wonder Woman 3. The tease of Linda Carter would have been interesting to see where they went with it, but unfortunately, this movie gets bottom of the barrel. Coming in at number 13, and the problem with Cheetah was just, it was so disappointing because we built her up, and she looked like this awesome character, and I loved Kristen Wiig earlier in the movie, and then they just dropped the ball. Patty Jenkins just dropped the ball and everything. Alright, coming in at number 13 on the list, we have Suicide Squad, directed by David Ayer. He still says there's a better version of this movie out here. I don't believe it. The better version is James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, and that's my personal opinion, and that's how I feel about it. If they ever release the David Ayer one, we'll see. But the David Ayer one that they directed and released with Enchantress as the villain, Will Smith's Deadshot, and Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, as well as many others. Killer Croc. This movie was... So here's the thing. There are some saving graces, like, I like some of the action scenes, especially the chemistry with Will Smith and Margot Robbie is great. Viola Davis is great as Amanda Waller. Joel Kinnaman, who's playing Rick Flag, is pretty good. But Enchantress, his relationship with Enchantress's relationship with Rick Flag, bad. Everything with Enchantress as a villain is bad. This movie was slapped together too late because they should have had Joker as the villain. They didn't want to do Jared Leto's Joker as the whole villain, so he's only in parts of the movie, and it just really hurts this movie for the better because they would have had a much more interesting story with Joker because Enchantress does not bring anything different. The CGI is not great, and it doesn't really do anything for itself. It really just is bad. So yeah, unfortunately, Suicide Squad by David Ayer, not great. Number 12 on the list is Batman Dawn of Justice. So in this movie, bunch of problems. Weird stuff going on with twists of characters like Lex Luthor feels like he's playing multiple. Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor sometimes playing the Joker, sometimes playing Mad Hatter, sometimes playing the Riddler. He never is playing Lex Luthor. He never feels like Lex Luthor. It's so bad. And then you have Doomsday looks like a cave troll Ninja Turtle. Third act's incredibly rushed. They squeezed Wonder Woman, Batman and Superman together just to set up Justice League, and it feels rushed. Even the teases of Cyborg, Aquaman, and Flash feel very rushed, and it doesn't really fit the narrative of this movie. It just kind of, everything's slapped together, everything's happening all at once. The drama between Superman and Batman and their fight is incredible, but it is abruptly ended by a horrible writing decision by Zack Snyder to do the Martha line, which did not work. And so this whole movie is a mess. Twists of characters like Jimmy Olsen being an assassin did not work. Even the longer cut of this movie did not deliver what we wanted, even though there were some cool things. Overall, it's not great. Coming in at number 11, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is a messed up, a horrible example of sometimes sequels just aren't as good as the first movie. And this movie is no different. First of all, Rachel Zegler is horrible, horrible human being right now in the world with what's going on. She's an incredibly mid-actress. The storyline with Freddy dating a 1,000-year-old god just didn't, or goddess, does not work for me. Her twist of being, oh, I was with my sisters, with Helen Mirren, and Lucy Liu, and I'm a villain. They wasted Lucy Liu in this movie. The whole god complex. Helen Mirren was entertaining, but overall, this whole thing just, the evil witches bit with goddesses just didn't work for me. They killed the janitor from Peacemaker. That was sad. This whole thing just, this movie feels weird. It falls apart. The end of the movie, they kill Shazam, then he's brought back as Wonder Woman. Shazam's having these dreams of wanting to sleep with Wonder Woman, which is great. I mean, I love Wonder Woman. I love Shazam. I think that's great. But overall, this movie's a mess. The family dynamic, it's cool to see the family saving people. That concept works. Some of the effects are a little dodgy. It just is not good as the first movie. It's a little boring, honestly. It gives you the feeling of superhero fatigue in the worst way. It's a little bland. It didn't really deliver anything that we're hoping for. Number 10, and of course, especially Rachel Zegler. Number 10 is Black Adam. Black Adam was one of those movies where I was looking forward to it when it came out. Loved seeing Dr. Fate. Loved seeing Hawkman. That was super cool. I think they did a good job. The end credit scene that will lead nowhere, unfortunately, what was cool, it wasn't going anywhere, unfortunately. But overall, I think the movie's fun. It's got some good action scenes. The Rock's very charismatic. I mean, they give you some good things in here that I think are worthy of the number 10 spot. I think it's a pretty solid movie. Alright, coming in at number 9, we have Aquaman. Aquaman is a great first outing for Jason Momoa. Unfortunately, he had to go have Amber Heard in there, but overall, it's a pretty great first movie. You have Nicole Kidman playing Aquaman's mom. You have Cameron Morrison play Aquaman's real dad. It worked. It was a really good, well-told story. Great action. Some silly parts at times. Ocean Master and Aquaman feel very similar to Thor and Loki. I think that was pretty fun. It feels more like an MCU movie than a DC movie, which, I mean, some people could say that's a bad thing, but I think the lighthearted tone made fun. I loved how Aquaman is in this movie. I love how funny it is, him always getting drunk, him doing his thing. The storyline of how they create Black Manta and be Aquaman's enemy, really well told. Can't wait to see Black Manta in Lost Kingdom. So overall, I'm happy with this movie. I think it did its job. I think it was pretty decent, for the most part. Alright, coming in at number 8. Number 8 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I know a lot of people might be mad at this placing on the list, but you gotta understand, okay? This movie is lower for a couple reasons. One, I don't want the Snyder fans coming at me. Snyder fans are going to be like, oh, why is it so low? Well, because it's really just a longer version of a movie that was already crap. So look, they did a better version, whatever. Zack Snyder's Justice League. The vision of Batman still being a murderer, that's still true. All the things about, it's a longer version. Superman still died by the crappy Doomsday, and then he comes back, but this time with a black suit. I mean, there's some cool things in here, but it's long, and some of the parts in this movie are unnecessary. The whole singing thing, and when Batman goes to meet Aquaman in the village leading to Atlantis, was a bit too much. Some of the stuff, the addition of Darkseid in this movie was great, but he should have been the main villain. They shouldn't just hadn't been in the side and been a nightmare thing. The whole Nightmare Vision went nowhere. They wasted Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with number 8. I know they had that cool scene with Ezra Miller's Flash and everyone goes nuts over. To me, it wasn't that crazy. It worked out. I think number 8's a good place for it on the list. Alright, coming in at number 7, we have Wonder Woman, the first one. This introduced our character. Gal Gadot plays a great version of Wonder Woman. The No Man's Land fight sequence is incredible. Professor Lupin from Harry Potter playing Ares was pretty crazy, even though people complained about the CGI. I thought everything up till the third act was pretty solid. The characters were fun. It gave me a Captain America First Avenger vibe, and it had a fun tone, and it worked. I think Wonder Woman was great. I'm happy with number 7 on the list. Coming at number 6, we got Man of Steel. Now, this might be a little lower than people were expecting, but Man of Steel, for me, it introduced Superman in the New World. It was the first movie of the DCEU, just like Iron Man was the first movie of the MCU. And I think this did a good job starting the universe off. I think Henry Cavill gives a good performance. I just feel like Zack Snyder's version of Henry Cavill, there's a couple things in this movie that doesn't make him feel like Superman. The fact he kills Zod, Um, the fight scenes with all of Zod's minions last way too long for someone with Superman's powers, and they're kind of boring. So it's just kind of unfortunate that Zack Snyder's fight scenes didn't really do anything. The chemistry between Amy Adams and Henry Cavill isn't that great. It didn't do anything crazy for me. Overall, Man of Steel was pretty good, but it could have been better. So that's why it gets the number 6 spot. Coming in at number 5. Number 5, we have the one, the only, the Flash movie. Now, Snyder fans can be mad about this. I absolutely enjoyed the Flash movie. They brought us back Michael Keaton. We got to see Michael Keaton in the present day, kicking ass, taking names, throwing, turning sidekicks, throwing batarangs. It was a great Batman fight scene. It was great to have Michael Keaton back. Sasha Calle's Supergirl is fantastic, and I think she's a great new addition. I hope James Gunn does use her in the new universe. I think she's great. I think, as much as I don't like Ezra Miller, I think the two Ezras made a great team, and the opening Justice League scene, even though we only saw 10 minutes of it, with Wonder Woman, Flash, and Ben Affleck's Batman, they did the best Ben Affleck Batman we've seen so far, and I thought it was great. I thought this movie had great humor, it had great action sequences, the final fight was pretty good, and the end line of "Come on, Barbie, let's go party" was fantastic. Alright, coming in at number 4, we got The Emancipation of Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. That you could say this is a sequel to Suicide Squad, because it continues Margot Robbie Harley Quinn's journey, and this time she's teaming up with some bad bitches. You got Harley Quinn meet up with Stephanie, with Cassandra Cain, one of the main people to become Batgirl in the comics, but she's more of an Asian, different kind of weird person following diamonds. Ewan McGregor, who plays Obi-Wan in Black Mask, is instantly one of the best DCEU movie villains in here. Fuck! Like, he just is awesome. He plays this crazy villain. Victor Zsasz in here is crazy. This is rated R, so it's got that, like, awesome, badass villain vibe. It's super brutal. You have almost like John Wick feels for the Harley Quinn sequences. Harley Quinn on roller skates. Very fun movie. Got some great action scenes. Love the version of Black Canary isn't great in this movie, but I enjoy the other characters. I thought Huntress, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who we'll be seeing in the Ahsoka show tonight, is a great addition to this movie. I love her humor. I love her as Huntress. I'd love to see more of her as Huntress. I think she's a badass action actress, and I think she did a great job. I really do. So yeah, I'm happy with her I'm happy at this one at the number 4 spot. Coming in at number 3 with the first Shazam. This movie was a lot of fun. It showed that DC can not only be dark, but also humorous. And Zachary Levi playing a man-child was just fantastic. How he goes from little boy to big boy, wanted to have beer and have snacks, and hey, I'm a superhero, look at me, guys. Like this was great. This movie brings tears to my eyes. It's my favorite thing to watch at Christmas. It was fucking crazy, man. Santa from Shazam just delivers. I mean, this whole movie was fantastic. I love it. Mark Strong plays an excellent first villain for this franchise. The teases of the future were good, but unfortunately they didn't lead to where I would have liked them to. Going at number 2, James Gunn's DC debut, The Suicide Squad. You have John Cena in here as Peacemaker, and then he got his own Peacemaker show. You have Idris Elba here as Bloodsport, a brand new character. Even Polka Dot Man, they made Polka Dot Man badass, so this movie is great. The Ratcatcher was great. This version of the Suicide Squad, having Taika Waititi in here as the original Ratcatcher, super fun movie, great action sequences, super hilarious. King Shark being played by Stallone. I love this movie. That's why it gets the number 2 spot. Seeing Starro was great. Alright, coming at number 1 in my DCEU rankings, we got Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is the Black Panther of the DCEU for Latino people, because it just tells this story of heart and love and care, and just, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful told story. The action scenes are great. Xolo does an amazing job. If you don't know Xolo from Cobra Kai, definitely check him out. He's great in this movie. Great action scenes. The suit is practical. The fight scenes are fun. It feels like a lot of the combos from Injustice made it in the movie. This family's great. George Lopez is hilarious. The tease of Ted Kord towards the end of the movie could lead to some exciting things. I love Blue Beetle. I can't wait to see it again. It's my favorite DCEU movie. Let me know your ranking of the DCEU movies. What's your favorite DCEU movie? And also, don't forget, I'll do this ranking one more time when Aquaman Lost Kingdom comes out. But yeah, guys, we're almost done with the DCEU. And I think, while there's been some mixed bags, I think there's been some really good movies as well. And I really enjoyed Blue Beetle, and I hope you guys did too. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button if you enjoyed my ranking. And I'll catch you in the next video.